I probably did the best I've ever done this year because we were fully staffed with like 4.5 crews in May. So that means we get an extra 30 days of install, but we're still behind because we should be running 5 full crews. The difference there is 50 grand a week of revenue. That's $2.5 million. So that was a $2.5 million mistake, but correcting it. But plumbing's the same thing. In each install plumber, we expect like 20 to 40 grand a week of installed revenue. Plumbing's relatively steady, but like HVAC capacity is really difficult to nail. So basically everyone's $1 million is how we see it now, which is kind of an interesting way to look at it.
We were talking about that. How much is a capacity of a good install plumber should be per year?
Something that's kind of interesting. I had a deal show up last week. Like I've talked about it a lot of like, yeah, it's, kind of a energy and distraction and whatever. But also we've built a system where I can drive $1 million by hiring one person. Why would a deal ever make sense if that's what I can do? Like it just doesn't make sense.
Yes. And I think that's actually how most deals go, though. You lose that portion of value as you get bigger, because your systems are now better than any of the other people's systems. But when you're smaller, like when you're that $3 million company, it makes sense to buy another $3 million company because...
Oh, no, totally. I'm not saying don't acquire. What I'm saying is it was like a good example because I had a deal show up in my lap last week and it was like $2.5-3 million of revenue. And I was like, should I, shouldn't I? And I was like, it's going to take me some time. It's going to take money. It's going to take all this stuff. For me, $3 million of revenue might just be 2 hires or 3 hires. Like that, I could do that in the next 7 days. And all that it would take me is 3 vans and additional marketing. But like right now we have excess lead flow. So like we can do that. It really reframes how you think about it.
I think that's the key is it's a reframing. So it needs to have different value. So like you could see it like if you're trying to move into another market, like Southeast, if it brought value there or a different vertical, I could see it being worth it. We got a deal the other day too. So the guy does like $400,000 in gross revenue as an HVAC company. And he wants $200,000 for the company.
Oh, that's tough, man.
And I said, good luck. No. I'm sorry, your phone number and your small client list are not worth $200,000.
We've gotten a lot of flack over the years for like, we'll pay less than a one-times on small companies. And people are like, what the heck? It's still worth something. And like, just going back to my example of like $1 million is 1 hire. Like it's really not worth anything. Like it's not, because like it has to be less. It has to be as much of an easy decision as hiring someone. So like, what's the cost of a van? What's the cost of the leads? And what's the cost of a hire? And like, if your company costs more than that, then like it makes no sense for me to do that. And it has to be at a significant discount, because if I'm focusing on buying your company, I'm not focusing on my actual business. Thanks for tuning in to Owned and Operated, the podcast for home service entrepreneurs.